The NFL offseason came to a merciful end on Thursday night with the Patriots and Steelers opener. Gotta say, it was about damn time. Look, I love me some football, especially the NFL. But honestly, there's a cap on just how much of it I can handle. Everything's better in moderation. Just ask fat, pre-Subway, porn-dealing Jared Fogle. Last year, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban said the NFL was about 10 years away from an implosion. At the time, the comment made me laugh, but honestly, after enduring this past offseason, I think he might be right. Oversaturation of a product will eventually make that product less interesting. CNN changed the game when it launched on June 1st, 1980. It began the 24-hour news cycle. ESPN had launched a couple of months earlier and eventually would bring that 24-hour culture to the world of sports. But we all know that as time has gone on, we're seeing more stories and more stories on this 24-hour news cycle that really don't mean a whole lot of anything. There is no major sport in the United States with a year-round season. Baseball is our spring and summer pastime, football rules the fall, and basketball dunks from winter and into the spring. Unfortunately, the National Football League has been trying to change that over the last couple of years. Every month of the offseason now matters, from the NFL Combine in February, free agency in March, late April's draft, OTAs and minicamp in May and June, and then training camp ultimately in late July. And then we have the preseason. And then, finally in September, the season starts all over again. It's been driving me crazy. Yeah, we love the NFL, but we aren't addicted, are we? Don't we enjoy a solid vacation from sports and from life from time to time? I know I do, but instead of that reprieve, we get shelled all offseason with a bunch of meaningless stories. I respect what NFL beat writers do, but they're beat writers. And in an era where athletes trust the media less and less, they've transformed from journalists getting real insight into a team into middlemen. In the offseason, those middlemen are trying to really make stories out of whatever they can get. It's essentially a soup kitchen. We're just going to dump a whole lot of cans in, see if we can come up with something that turns out compelling once a week. Offseason stories, to me, made by these middlemen fall into three categories. There's the puff, there's the bravado, and there's the obvious. Number one, we've got puff, when coach or player X is extremely complimentary of player Y with not really any tape to go off of. This isn't games, this is usually off of practices. Yeah man, player Y is going to be a star, bro. And this is coming after a practice where this guy's probably playing in shorts, not against a guy going full speed, in pads that could hit him or hurt him. Do you know who else looks good in shorts? Your boy on the flag football field. I don't think we're writing any stories about me. Number two, we've got the bravado, when coach or player X promises or states they're going to do something, but with nothing really to base it off of. Even worse, it's gotten way out of hand since Joe Namath made his guarantee of winning Super Bowl III way back in the late 60s. It's gotten really bad. Now, coaches and athletes have found there's no real consequences for failing to deliver on said guarantee. We need to invent one, like putting those failures into medieval stocks. Finally, there's number three, the obvious, where we see stories based on quotes that didn't really need to be said. They're facts. For example, there was a story this offseason about low on the totem pole Packers wide receiver Jeff Janis and how he was trying to impress his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Well, duh. I would be too if I was trying to make the Green Bay Packers. The NFL is ambitious, and I get why they're trying to create year-round content for the everyday fan. But there's a major problem that could prove Mark Cuban right. The content that we're getting when the football actually isn't being played, it's boring and meaningless. And until those games are actually played, none of that content matters at all.